Hello folks, it is Typhoon Carter here, and I bring to you another DPP SPL match. This is a showdown between We Free Kings of the Grande Bigs and Groudon of the Congregation of the Classiest. We Free Kings is coming off of a loss last week, whereas Groudon is also coming off of a loss. Both these players lost some fairly tough games, and both players looking to get back on the right track. Groudon is sitting at 2-1. We Free Kings sitting at 1-2. So for both these players, it is a pivotal game in terms of seeing how their season is gonna go as we head into this. That being said, though, let's jump right into this. Bronze on league, flag on lead. Very early on here, instant Magnezone trap here by Groudon to trap the lead Bronzong. Lead Zong indicating maybe some kind of balance or very stally team, but from the looks of it, looks like Groudon's gonna get this trap off, and We Free Kings doesn't seem to have explosion. And normally what happens in this interaction is that usually the Magnezone's gonna Magnet Rise, and then Zong will just kind of sit there and then just boom and accept that as a trade. But anyways, Metagross comes in here, and We Free King showing the Nido Queen, so this indicates that this is some kind of stall team, but throws out the T-Spike here, maybe trying to catch a back Hippowdon or a back Tyranitar, maybe some kind of grounded Mon. But so far, all four of Groudon's Mons are not T-Spike weak, and the two that are grounded are Steel types. So this means that the T-Spikes so far looking like won't be too impactful. However, Nido Queen is still quite useful for the Magnezone and Metagross. And it is showing lefties, and Nido Queen does 43 to the Metagross, so this is a very bulky meta. And We Free Kings here, the Nido Queen is down to 54% after leftovers, but with Protect, he's going to be able to heal the Nido Queen back to 60%, and the Metagross is now being threatened and just opts to boom there. And the Clefable is brought out. Yep, it is a stally team just like we said. And the T-Tar, the T-Spike not shown for whatever reason. That's a bit of a visual glitch. And oh, it is Wish Protect, knock Clefable. And the Magneton is brought out. Scarf Magneton most likely, yup, with T-Wave. And Groudon happy to just take the trade. And happy to take the para, because that means now that he cannot actually be poisoned by T-Spikes anymore, so that just negates the T-Spike that We Free Kings set down. And oh, it is Sub-Zero, and the Magnezone not able to T-Wave it. And oh no, this is okay. So We Free Kings, this is a Jirachi with +1, not quite enough to heat up to stop T-Bolt from breaking the sub. And Flygon here just earthquaking to break the sub, and Latias is brought out. Yep, that's a pretty typical loss for this kind of team, like this Nido Queen kind of semi-stally team. Reflect Lati, and again, like this Magnezone won't be able to do too much. It can still at least keep the Jirachi from doing too much nonsense, but Gengar is a last here on this, not what I was expecting. And We Free Kings opting to toss there, not realizing that the Gengar might be, oh no, it is sub. We Free Kings not gonna love this. Focus Blast here, lands one. Wish Protect. Obviously Clefable can never be, or like cannot full para, so that will always go through. And yep, it is Sub-Split Gengar here. Very good set against stally teams in general, but Yeah, so Groudon's just shadow balling here, just trying to play around the low focus blast PP and pain splitting again, because Clefable can't really do anything to the Gengar that's sitting behind a sub, and focus blast miss. But I don't think that was the play. I would just kept pain splitting, maybe trying to play around that wish protect sequences a little bit more. And from this point on, it is just a bit of a PP stall war. What Groudon's trying to fulfill here in this interaction is just trying to burn as much PP, try to make Clefable have to wish up. And then, so finally there's the knock there. And again, like, pain splitting every time, it's like, what, 32 PP, so you can easily PP stall this out. There's a small chance that Focus Blast can... No, Focus Blast will never kill, but that being said though, like these couple of turns, again, all Groudon's just trying to do, try to make Clefable waste all the PP in the world, so that one, like your Flygon can maybe clean house in the end game, because again, like these Latias on these stall builds usually tends to be 280 speed. And We Free Kings finally brings out the Jirachi, brings it out knowing that it can live a shallow ball, barring a critical hit. And just pain splitting here, and yeah, We Free Kings took quite a bit of time to think about what he wanted to do next, and using the special defense boost just to prevent Shadow Ball from just shredding. And oh, misses the Thunder there. Not sure about that. I think We Free Kings could have just opted to just take the kill. Like, I would personally just take the kill, don't think too much about it, but I think what We Free Kings was trying to do there was he was trying to what you might call it. Yeah, so I think what he was trying to do there was trying to maybe nail a Magnezone switch in with the Thunder and try and get full para, but the Jirachi goes down and Gengar will also go down as well. And Flygon opting to just U-turn out because Outrage doesn't really quite get the job done, even though it does over 50 normally. But again, like Flygon should be able to clean this game out, but Groudon realizing that, hey, look, the Magnezone has already done its job. It trapped the Bronzong. The Jirachi's dead, so Groudon's just trying to fish for paras, or not paras, sorry, fish for critical hits against the Clefable. Try to make it waste as much PP as possible. And yeah, Clefable has to protect here just in case of a crit Thunderbolt from Groudon's Magnezone. And yeah, again, all Groudon is trying to waste whatever PP that can be wasted. Yeah, there's 4 wish PP left, so he's doing a good job just basically trying, well, it's at 3 now, but yeah, just trying to waste as much wish PP as possible. And the Gengar also did its job quite well at forcing the Clefable to burn as much PP as possible. And then Classiest brought out here. Yep, that trick is free just about every day of the week, to be honest. And We Free Kings accepting the trick with the Latias, but and wow, that Draco Meteor does 91% a critical hit there, so We Free Kings has to be careful now. And yeah, Groudon in chat saying dumb game, but to be honest, even in this scenario, I think Groudon was still heavily favored to clean house, because you have a Latias that's choice locked and you still have a DD tar in the back. Like, a choice locked defensive Latias is not going to do a whole lot to the Dragon Dance Tyranitar that's kind of sitting in the back, and especially with wish PP being extremely low. It's like at what? I'd have to check real quick. Yeah, it's at 2 wish PP, and you're not outstalling this unless you get a bunch of full paras. And even from this position, a Scarf Flygon will have gotten the job done, even if the Tyranitar got unlucky. And Psywave here. Okay. Psywave Latias. So Groudon wins it, but just to briefly explain what Psywave is supposed to do. So normally what Psywave does is that it does a variable amount of damage. I think like it's basically just, it's a really funny way for Latias to play around opposing Clefable, which normally just walls it. So the idea would be like, if you get a favorable roll or something, then you do more damage than usual to a Clefable, for example, or like opposing steel types like Jirachi, Metagross, etc. So that's kind of the point of Psywave Latias. Again, really seen a little more usage post Machamp ban from the very little games that I've seen elsewhere, but yeah, something cool that's kind of being reintroduced per se. And that being said though, well played by Groudon. Groudon was just able to get off to a really solid head start early on. The explosion on the Nidoqueen was also huge, and We Free Kings again, this was like third week out of maybe 4 where he's brought a kind of conservative fat team. I mean, I think he brought Nidoqueen twice this tour, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, he's been bringing a lot of conservative stuff, Groudon bringing offensive stuff in general, but his build a little bit more balanced. It's still very offensive, like a really fun Magnezone offense with what I assume is like a bulky Metagross, because you need a way to deal with opposing Specs Latias generally on these kinds of builds, and Elite Flygon. Pretty cool stuff. And Groudon moves to 3-1 on the season. We Free Kings is now 1-3. That being said, if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.